Hello, my name is Scott Ingram, and I'm here to welcome you to 2020 Lab 6, Configuring IIS 7. The first thing we've got on the roster today is to configure IP address restrictions. Second, we're going to configure anonymous authentication. Third, we're going to be using basic and Windows authentication. And fourth, we're going to be configuring SSL. Let's get started. We're in 2020 Server 01 and we're going to add a role to our web server. We're going to hit Add Roles. Here we are, and we're going to choose the Security, IP, and Domain Restrictions. And click Next. And we're going to install. Alright, our installation was successful, so we're going to click Close. Now we're going to go and test our connections. First, we're going to test the loopback. We can see it does come up right there. Right, that worked on here. Let's check 2020 Server 02. Alright, we're in our partner server. We're going to go ahead and put that in. Right there's the page again. Alright, we're now going to go into our 2020 Server 01. We're back in our Internet Information Manager, and we're going to click on the default website. We're going to select our IP version 4 address. Okay, we're going to click Edit Feature Settings. We're going to pull this for access for unspecified clients. We're going to deny any unspecified clients. And we're going to click OK. Now we're going to switch back to Internet Explorer and click the refresh button. We see that we cannot get in now because of what we have just done. Now we're back in our partner server, and we're going to see how this turns out for them. We see access is denied again. Alright, we're back in our default IP version 4 address and domain restrictions. We're going to click to add, allow, an entry. We're going to put the loopback address in here. We're going to click OK. Notice the new rule has now been applied here in our IP version 4 address and domain restrictions. We're going to go back to our Internet Explorer, and we're going to refresh this and see what happens. And we have gained access again. We're back in our Server 02. We're going to click refresh here. We see access is still forbidden. Now we're going to add another allow entry. We're going to click OK. Now we've added our partner server's IP address, and we're going to see if we're allowed entry. We're going to click refresh, and we see we are now, because it is now allowed entry, and only these two computers can access this website. This time we're going to add an IP address range. We're going to click OK. Now we have an entire range of computers that can access. Alright, now we're going to allow everybody to come in. We're going to click Edit Feature Settings, and we're going to select to allow access from everyone again. And we're going to click OK. Alright, now we're going to play with anonymous authentication. We're in Active Directory users and computers on 2020 Server 01. We're going to create a new user. We're creating a user named IUSR01. And this is his logon name. We're going to click Next. Alright, we've created his password, and we've selected his password will never expire, and we're clicking Next. Now we're clicking Finish. We're going to open the Properties sheet on this particular user. We're going to click the Member Of tab. We're going to add him to this group. We're going to click OK. We're going to click Apply. Alright, we're back in our Internet Information Services Manager. We'll click on the default website. Now we're going to click on Authentication. We're going to click Anonymous Authentication. And we're going to click Edit. We are currently using IUSR as a specific user. We're going to set new credentials. We'll click OK to set this, the one we just created up. And we're going to click OK. Alright, we're going to disable this account that we just created. Alright, we restarted the computer and shut it down so we could test something. We're not allowed access to our website now because we disabled the user who was able to get into it. We're in Active Directory users and computers again. We're going to enable this account again. Alright, let's see if we can refresh this page and see what happens. We see that the page has come back online. Alright, we're back in 2020 Server 01. We're going to add some new roles. We're going to add Basic Authentication, Windows Authentication, and Digest Authentication, and click Next. Alright, we're in the default website now. We can see that all of our the Basic Authentication, the Digest Authentication, the Windows Authentication have all been added. Alright, we're going to select Basic Authentication, and we're going to select Enable. So now that we have Basic Authentication enabled, let's see what we can do in Internet Explorer. We're going to click Enter. And we see we still can connect. We can still connect because anonymous authentication is still working. So let's cut it off and see what happens. We're going to disable anonymous authentication. Alright, let's click refresh. We see now it's asking us for a server or for a username and a password. We're going to click OK. Right, tells us we do not have permission to view this directory or page using the credentials that we supplied. Okay, now we've keyed in the Contoso. Let's click OK. And we see that we now have access. Alright, this time we're going to try to enable Windows authentication. We'll click Enable. And there we are. Alright, let's test some SSL. We're going to go in here and give ourselves a certificate first. We're going to create a self-signed certificate. We've created the 2020 Server 01 certificate, and there it is. We click View to see our certificate. Alright, we went to our default website. Now we're going to click Bindings. Okay, we're going to add a binding. We're going to select HTTPS so we can use SSL. We're going to select our server certificate. We're going to select the one we just created. We're going to click OK. As you can see, on port 443 is our new site binding. Alright, let's go into SSL settings. Okay, we're going to require SSL now. And we're going to require it the 128-bit. We're going to apply it. And it tells us that they've been successfully saved. Now let's go into Internet Explorer and see what happens when we use HTTPS. And we see that we have access. Now let's go over 2020 Server 02 and see what happens there. Okay, we're going to see if it works here. It says there's a problem with this website's security certificate. We can't connect. It fails because the website's using a self-signed certificate, which it does not trust. That's the end of our displays today. We hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you for watching.